Okay, we are 39 days out today, speed bench day. I was kind of like thinking, what the hell do I say for this intro? But I think the most important thing to say is I am freaking glad that we swapped the week's orders so that today is speed bench, not max effort bench. Because if I had a max effort bench today feeling like I do, it probably would be another not so good max effort bench session. So I'm glad we're not doing anything too heavy. But then that becomes a discussion of why I think it is important to have some speed work in your training week, because on the days like this where I don't feel snappy, I don't feel great, I don't feel poppy, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to be super assertive right off the hop with the barbell, my goal for the speed work session is to find that pop, find that snap, find that assertiveness as I go through the protocol. And once again, going to be running some reverse grip here to force a bit more than upper back assertiveness into the picture for me. We'll put the chain on. I don't know what to say at this point. We'll put a plate on. Anyways, 6-5s here, alternating reverse grip and comp grip. And big goals are to keep the rest periods tight and make sure that we're making the final sets as spiffy, if not spiffier, than the first sets, even with those tight rest periods. That felt like shockingly well connected, so very okay with how that felt, I guess. It's difficult to think when all my blood is in my triceps. But the next conversation to be had of speed work is when I got new lifters joining the team and they're running speed work the way that I run it for the first time, they always want to complain about how it's too light, how it's not hard enough, how they're not getting enough out of it. And that complaint is just a matter of not seeing the big picture with training and understanding what we're doing the speed work for, because we're not doing the speed work to build strength. We're not doing the speed work to build muscle. It does not need to be heavy. All we're trying to do is practice our competition level mental intensity, practice our competition level intent, and make sure that we are being as snappy and precise as we can with that intent and high bar speed. And if we do that, we're gonna get everything we need, because the speed work, like I said, we're not trying to build muscle. That's what the accessories are for. We're not trying to show strength. That's what our max effort work is for. And if we just let the speed work be the speed work, we can get a shit ton out of it without a ton of fatigue cost. And like, I'm getting everything I need out of this. And I had one plate plus a little bit of chain in the bar, and I benched 495 a couple weeks ago. Like, it does not need to be heavy to do the job. So if you guys are running speed work, make your goal to get the most out of the least amount of weight that you can. And if you're doing that, you're going to be able to get what you need out of it. And then you're gonna be able to push the accessories and everything else you're doing hard enough to get something out of those. So I think that's enough of that ramble, and we'll go dumbbell press. And I mean, if you guys are feeling stuck in your training and aren't making the progress that you feel like you should be, hit link below, join the team. You're gonna get training set up that sees the full picture and individualized coaching every single day directly from me on everything that you want coaching on, so that you can make the best progress possible. So yeah, hit the link below, sign up. And another part of seeing that full picture is recognizing that being inside of 6 weeks out now, all of the accessory stuff that we're doing on this day, we don't necessarily want to back off, slack off on it because we need it to build into the meet. But at the same time, I don't want to be forcing loading on the dumbbell press to the point that it overly bleeds into my main bench day. So we're going to try to be a little bit aware of that as we are working up. But as usual, easy feeler set with the 80s to make sure we're nice and warm. Feeling good. Anyways, another cute little feeler here at the 110s. Doesn't feel super light, but also doesn't feel terrible, so we'll go up. Anyways, 140s. Anticipating that we'll have to wake up a little bit for this one so it doesn't suck. Sucked a little bit more than I wanted it to. So on that note, probably gonna go down to 120s next and put a little bit more spiff on her. And I mean, like, it's kind of a similar strategy to the speed work, because if I'm not feeling like I can chug into a big weight super well, I would much rather drop the loading a little bit and go for more of a compensatory acceleration type strategy, because even if it isn't as hypertrophically beneficial, I find that the next session I feel a hell of a lot better. So yeah, snappy. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And next up, time for some feel-good type pec action, where I'm thinking this decliney fly thingy bobber may be worth experimenting with. I don't know if I like it as much as the other machine we have been using. Yeah, I think we're gonna use the machine that we have been using. Maybe not, I don't know. Like, the pump is building. I gotta put a little bit more weight on, because that's probably not a realistic test. Getting in is a little weird. I don't know, I think we're just gonna do work with the one that we know works, because we're probably a little bit too close to the meat to be running weird ass science experiments. Yeah, so much better. Need more weight though. Okay. That's crank. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, round 2, incoming. Yeah, that did the job I was hoping for. And I was kind of thinking of running full range push-up next, but somebody left this thing loaded up. And despite being a little bit difficult to sneak inside of with the seat facing this direction, I really enjoyed how this felt on everything when I ran it last week. So I think we're going to run it twice a week this week and see where we end up, because I don't know, it's a phenomenal feel for how sad my range of motion is in this direction. But that's kind of why I'm doing it, because if we can get better at pushing in here, like, we should get better at access to the range, you know? Probably should put more weight on and adjust the thigh pad a little bit lower, because we're gonna do like 10 million reps, but feels good. Work set-ish, number one, maybe. We'll go up again. Changing plates was pretty much the only rest here, so no promises of getting a million reps, but we'll do our best. And I guess the fact that I can like push the handles down before I lock in under the pad probably tells me that this isn't very heavy, and I shouldn't be very proud of myself, but I'm gonna pretend that I didn't just come to that realization, because it feels really good. I mean, like, it's probably harder than a full range push-up, but definitely a way easier than a body weight dip, so we gotta get our shit back together. Anyways, triceps part 2. Thinking what I want to do here is just dig into some nice higher reps on regular old-fashioned pushdowns. Get a pump, lube up the elbow, make it feel good. I don't know, I don't have much to say about a pushdown. A lot of reps, but also a lot of pump. I don't know, everyone wants to argue about whether or not the pump causes growth or does anything good for us, and I don't really know. I don't really care. But what I do know, and what everyone tends to agree with, is that hard reps are what creates the mechanical tension that drives growth, and if you do enough hard reps, you tend to get a pump, so I'm okay with getting a pump. Plus, when I am dealing with, you know, that little bit of tendinopathy that is getting better and better in the left tricep, the higher reps is going to help me out a little bit better with reestablishing that tissue tolerance and letting the tendon do a tendon's job, so we're gonna be okay with it. And for upper back part 1, want to be dialing in that hard rear delt spread, so world's heaviest pec deck for some reverse pec deck rear delt type action. Trying to keep the scap static. Big spread, big rear delt squeeze. We'll be able to go up a little bit, but we'll get some good reps in first. This next one will probably get gross. Okay, large crank. Oh. Yeah, it's gross.
Because I remember seeing this one.
Oh.
Oh, really?
We're gonna do a little bit of a drop set because may have been too heavy to be like really productive for the desired intent. upper back part 2. Want to prioritize that low trap anchor, so touching some face pulls with deliberate thoracic flexion, then trying to pull traps down as we arch T-spine. Definitely need more weight though. That works. So we'll run another here with a camera angle that will hopefully let you see that rounded extended head. I think I'm still in frame. Maybe. Yeah, big let go. Big pulling everything back and down. I'm okay with that. And for today's lat slot, using the air quotes because I understand it's not the best lat exercise leverage-wise, we're going to be touching some pullovers because I want to get some overhead access, and I guess I really should be calling this a extending shoulder out of flex position exercise rather than a lat exercise, but whatever. I don't care. Probably could have started later, but I also don't care. I hate the chrome dumbbell because I can see my face reflecting off of it every time I do a rep. I'm thinking gonna make the lame but wise choice, drop her down a little bit more so we push the range a little bit further. 35. How embarrassing. I don't even know if I'm getting that much further, but it does feel more like a stretch and less like I'm going to rip something off, so we'll be okay. And that was definitely better work, so I'm okay with that choice. And next up, gonna jam on the same superset we ran on Thursday. Although a little bit lighter because Thursday it sucked way more than it should have, but if you didn't watch the Thursday vlog, gonna run a little bit of incline front raises, trying to keep the shoulder blades packed down, access a little bit of that shoulder extension range, and we'll just go till we get a giant front delt pump. Adequately burnt out, and now incline curls till it gets hard again. And like similar conversation to the push downs, with both of these being like a exercise where I'm trying to get some length, trying to get some tissue tolerance, trying to desensitize position. I'm okay running the reps pretty damn high. Embarrassing to use the 15s, but felt very effective for what we're trying to get out of it. And we're here early. The gym isn't super busy, so I think we're finally gonna suck it up and run a hip flexors here today instead of doing them at home in the basement, because in the basement I don't have room to do them lying down, can only do them standing. And the downside of running them standing is I can't like load it as aggressively as I can while lying down, so we're gonna load it a little bit aggressively here. So hopefully it doesn't suck. Hey Miana, do you want to be my anchor?
Oh, how so?
Well, like, not, like on the other side of me.
In your way.
I don't even know if I'm in frame anymore. I think I am.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm definitely in frame. Are you gonna be stable? Do you want to turn around?
Why?
Because I gotta,
Oh, you're gonna kill my knees?
this TKE. Now we're both training.
There you go.
Yeah, this is much more effective than doing them in the basement.
Ah. I can tell you're getting tired because you're forced so much further.
Oh, yeah, I'll just lay here for a bit. What are you doing?
Stretching your pecs.
Why? This isn't stretching my pecs. The vlog is judging you.
Put your arms out then.
No.
Why?
Stop molesting my boobs.
No.
No means no. No means no.
Does it?
Yeah. Cut it out. Pervert. Stuck in a vulnerable position. Help me, stepbrother. I'm stuck in the cable hip flexor raise. Get more square with me. Yeah. Doesn't feel very square.
So wide.
Well, yeah, I don't need you to be wide. I just need to be even.
Oh.
It's so hard.
You're silly. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, very glad I made that call. And compared to last Monday, very glad that today's bench session ran the way that it did, because last Monday, like, I basically was useless due to my biceps feeling like they were going to explode. So the shoulder prep that we are doing is definitely doing the things that we need, because zero bicep limitation today. The tricep on the left arm feeling better and better and better as well. And I think all I got to just keep doing is nailing the prep, ensuring that we are doing our job outside of the gym so we can set up training as productively as possible. And if we continue to do that, we're going to be able to shape things up really well. Now, as far as Thursday's max effort session goes, not entirely sure what I'm wanting to do yet. Like, part of me saying, like, let's just try to do a slow linear ramp on comp bench into the meet. Part of me is saying, let's do some sort of variation to let me freshen up. And I'm not sure what part I will listen to at this point, but I'll probably have a better idea on Thursday when we do get there. So we'll see how it feels Thursday, but right now, much more optimistic than I was at this point last week on the vlog. And I think other things to talk about. Knee feels pretty good after the Saturday squat too, so yeah, we shall see. I think I'm going to free squat on Wednesday, try to deadlift a whole lot better. I'm expecting that the knee feels more assertive, can leg drive harder, we should be in a better spot. But yeah, at this point, it is just a matter of trying to land the plane as best as we can through the peak, and as long as I don't do anything too silly from here on in, like, we're going to have a good day. So number one priority, not being too silly, but that is what I got. Peace out, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the team.